KP Law News, Arkansas. This story is out of Ward, Arkansas. If you saw my last video about the city of Ward hiring he's convicted of negligent homicide, former Lonoke County Deputy Sheriff Michael Davis. Apparently Ward hired him on at the wastewater plant or whatever. Wastewater technician, I don't know what, but he was out on appeal on his conviction. He only got convicted of negligent homicide after being originally charged with manslaughter after shooting unarmed 17-year-old Hunter Britton. He got a $1,000 fine and a year in jail, not even in prison. So he's out on appeal, been out on appeal since March, I think was his trial. So it just goes to show you, if that had been a normal person, we'd have already been in prison. So, but anyway, he was, Ward did something on the first day of school there at their main elementary school. All the city employees are supposed to come out there and greet all the kids. Well, he showed up. People didn't like that he was there around kids, children. So a lot of people started making a big stink about it. They called the news. The Little Rock News Agency went out there, and the mayor was like nonchalant about it. Didn't understand what the big stink was. Well, it's a big stink now. It's crazy. So he put out a statement. When was this? Yesterday or last night on their City of Ward Facebook page. If you go to Facebook, just search City of Ward, W-A-R-D, Arkansas. You'll see the statement. But I'm going to show you here. If you want to pause it and read it yourself, coming up on these next pictures, you can do that, or I'm going to go ahead and read it right off the Facebook page. So I'll be right back. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and read it anyway, in case you don't want to read it yourself or pause it or whatever. I don't know. All right. So Mayor Gastineau, the mayor of City of Ward, Arkansas. Here it goes. I'd like to clarify the event of Monday morning, dismiss some rumors, and apologize. As most of you know, on Monday morning, several City of Ward employees and myself were at Ward Central Elementary School to open car doors and greet the kids with a wave, high five, and fist bumps. The purpose of this was to bring the city and the community together to form a positive first day experience for all those in attendance. The event seemingly ran smoothly, and we were all proud of the success by the time we dispersed. After the kids were in the building and after our employees had returned to their duties, it became apparent that some were turning to social media to express their displeasure and concern over the presence of one particular city employee during this event. Later in the week, several news outlets contacted me about those concerns, and I was interviewed for a segment that aired on a local news station. That's where you'll see his nonchalance. It's in my last video if you want to check it out. For those who don't know, here's the issue. Mr. Michael Davis was the employee in attendance Monday morning that became a disturbance to some citizens. Mr. Davis is a former Lonoke County Deputy Sheriff that was involved in the shooting and tragic death of Mr. Hunter Britton in June 2021. He was subsequently, I can't say that word, tried and convicted of misdemeanor negligent homicide. To discredit some false information on social media, Mr. Davis was not convicted of murder, nor is he a felon. In April 2022, after going through a routine application process that included an interview with the department head and a routine background check, and with the knowledge of his previous employment history, Mr. Davis was hired as an entry-level wastewater operator. So he's playing in the sewer. Monday morning's presence of Mr. Davis on the first day of school was purely innocent. What were they thinking? All employees were invited to participate, and neither he, his department head, nor I thought anything about his presence being an issue. Well, you didn't think very much now did you? We were all simply glad to be able to be there and help make the first day of school a fun and exciting day for the students. We had no intention of disregarding anyone's comfort during the event. In fact, quite the opposite. Our goal was for the students to feel loved and welcomed into their school, a place that will basically be their second home for the next 8 months. During and after the event, myself, the city employees, and school employees all felt like we accomplished that goal. There was not a single time during the event that anyone made it known or even seemed offended or uncomfortable by those in attendance. With that said, I'd like to make some formal public apologies. Here we go. I apologize to Ms. Sprouls and the staff at Ward Central Elementary for the unexpected turn of events that occurred well after the occasion and then tainted what was otherwise a wonderful first day experience. Well, what do you expect? Neither she, I, nor anyone else wanted the first day of school this year to be remembered for how it is now. That same goes for the Cabot public school system. I apologize for how the aftermath of the first day of school clouded the first day for the entire system. Yeah, you're right, it sure did. My sincerest apologies go to the family, friends, and those affected by Hunter's tragic death, and how the events during the first day of school reopened those still possibly never healing wounds that, nonetheless, did not need to be revisited in such a manner. Well, you should have thought about that before you let him come over there. I also apologize to Mr. Davis and his family and friends for the hurt this has caused, for they are still healing as well. Well, it's your actions. Finally, I apologize to the Citizens Award for how this transpired and cast a shadow on an otherwise great city. Again, it was no one's intention to purposefully hurt, anger, or disregard anyone's feelings on the first day of school. Our collective goal was to make the day a good one and one to remember because of the positivity it brought to the students' lives that day. I am deeply saddened that it is overshadowed by something that could have been avoided. Here we go. I hope and pray this message helps the healing process for all those involved. As always, for this and any other city issues, questions, or comments, please contact me directly via email. His email is mayor@cityofward.com. Phone 501-743-2501. I repeat, 501-743-2501. Or even stop by my office, he says. I appreciate you taking the time to read this message. Mayor Gastineau. So there you have it. That's a statement. I don't know if that's mayor splaining, like kind of like cop splaining. But come on, man, what were you thinking? But the comments on this post, well, I'll read some of the comments. They are crazy. I even commented on there too. So this was my comment. This is what I commented. Okay, where'd it go? Let me see. Okay, I commented, this raises a lot of questions. What were they thinking when the city of Ward hired him? Who okayed it? Does Ward hire people with criminal records? How many other Ward employees have criminal records? That's my question. What happens when his appeal runs out and he has to serve his time? They're going to put him on paid vacation? We'll see. This was a bad decision to hire Michael Davis, and even a worse decision to have him around children at a public school. And some of the comments are crazy. Hunter was a child. He killed a child. Why allow him to be near other children? And then you got the bootlickers, I guess you call them, or the mayor backers. Very well stated. What is our purpose in this world if not to try to redeem ourselves from mistakes and become better? Let's see. This one said, this lady, I am so thankful that Michael Davis was there to greet my son on the first day of school. Yeah. When he turns 17, he's going to shoot him in the neck without warning and without turning his body cam on. I'm sure that the people who don't agree appreciate the apology. Not really. I am saying that, okay, this one's, yeah, see, the negligent homicide has saved him a prison sentence because that's a misdemeanor. If you'd have got manslaughter or anything over that, it'd have been a felony. At least that's what I was told. So he won't have to, if he does his year, he won't have to do it in prison. They'll probably do it in a jail somewhere. Probably the way the mayor there is, mayor probably house him in his house or something down in his basement. Who knows? Okay, let's see. Still praising. Okay. You brought a man who killed an innocent person to greet children? Jesus Christ. Maybe your hiring process should exclude people who commit negligent homicide, also known as killers who got away with it. Just a thought. This other lady says, why is Davis not in jail and why is he hired by the city? I'm so sorry for his family to have to continue seeing this person. No need to call him Mr. Another comment, a man convicted of negligent homicide of a child should not be allowed to volunteer at a school with children. He also shouldn't be allowed to work as a city employee. This is a disgusting slap in the face of those who knew and loved Hunter. As for those in acceptance of his actions, I believe you would be singing a different tune had Hunter been a relative, friend, or student of yours. That was, says Hunter's former teacher. Okay, whether he was charged or not doesn't take away the fact that he is a murderer. It's the whole point that his family, friends, and community never got justice, and that man disgusts people. The fact that he even has a job working in a city, period, is disgusting in itself, and I totally agree with that. He should have never been hired. Like the question I wrote, I put in the comments there. How many other city employees have criminal records? Maybe I'll send a FOIA request for that information. Think they'll give it to me? I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll put it in. I guess they'll have to. By law, they have to, so we'll see. Well, let me know down in the comments what y'all think about this situation. Should I leave it alone? Let bygones be bygones. Let everybody heal and just drop it, or do some open records requests and maybe push the mayor. Well, I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm not in town. I'm a truck driver, so I'm not even home right now, so can't do a whole lot from out here on the road, just make phone calls like I said in my last post, my last video. But I appreciate everybody watching. Check out all my other videos. I'm needing some views, needing the views. So everybody have a good evening. KP Law News Arkansas, out.